Well, nice to meet you both, Jessica and Violet. Let me just say congratulations. I loved the show. Congratulations, Jessica, since I know this is your first time taking on a female lead, which is awesome. And you both are a
Oh,
definition of a girl boss. That's
yes.
so
Yes.
inspired. You guys nailed it, killed it. Hats off to both of you.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to say, I mean, you both are the female characters we see throughout season one. And I find it very powerful because you girls both play kind of heroic heroes, right? And we typically see males typically portray this. So what does it mean for you both to kind of represent that?
Mm,
That's so important.
hmm
It's not something we take lightly, and I think like, for very different reasons than our characters and than each other, like we are strong women, and like it only makes sense that we would be playing characters that are strong in different ways, and also that every character should have their strengths and their weaknesses. And I think you get to see that. At least by the end of season one, you see some, but then even more so in the following seasons.
Yeah.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yes. But yeah, it's so important. And our characters are friends, you
Mhm.
know? It's not something where
Mhm.
they're pitted against each
Mhm.
other, which is so special.
Yeah. I love, you know, getting to play strong women. Look, and even if I was to play a woman who is not written as strong, where
Hmm.
does her strength lie? You
Yeah.
know, nobody is innately weak, and especially it's so important to see women who, even if they're doing something that may not read as strong, there's still strength in vulnerability. There's strength in feeling broken and finding yourself and figuring out a way out of that. There's so much strength that we have in so many ways. So I love to play within that and to find that and to bring that out and support that. I think it's so important for the audience to see that, and to see it within themselves, to see it mirrored, is so valuable. So I just love it. Love it.
Yeah. No, I love it too. I mean, I'm telling you, I fell in love with the first season. Can't wait for the second. I mean, I know season one's just barely coming out, but I'll be counting down the days when season two comes out.
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned vulnerability, right? And I think sometimes vulnerability, especially for women, it can be seen as a weakness. But I think, again, going back to your characters, you're strong and, badass. And that's what I love about that. I mean, how would you say your characters resonate with you personally?
Mm.
Oh man, I mean, I think that there's something Evan isn't like afraid to share her thoughts on things.
hmm
I think in fact, maybe in the beginning she does it a little too much. But I've kind of always felt that in my life. Like if I think something is not being done the right way or somebody is not being treated the right way, like I will say something. And sometimes that looks like control issues, and you know what, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses, but
So
Definitely.
say.
but but I think that has felt very comfortable for me, is just speaking my mind. And I think Evan is the same way, and so is, I mean, Oliveris. That's her whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I was so engaged in listening to you on the question. What was the question?
You and I both. I was just like,
I was
yes.
like, yes.
Yeah, the question, I mean, just how your character resonates with you personally.
Hmm I I really love connecting to what Oliveris does not share with people, what she keeps to herself, and how that affects how she shows up in the world. We all have secrets. We all have pain. We all have lesser moments that have left their mark. And try as we might to ignore or forget them, they're still there and they
Mhm.
inform us. I love connecting to that because it's so real. It's like you wear masks all the time in order to survive. And then at a certain point, you realize the masks are no longer working, or you're tired of wearing them and you want to take them off, but you don't know how to take it off because it's painful and it's really scary.
Mhm.
I love that journey for her, and I love being on it as a person with her. That vulnerability, right? the vulnerability of revealing yourself a little more and more. It's one of the scariest things you can do because you're taking your defenses down. I,
Mhm.
I I love being on that journey with her.
Yeah, I think that's something that we all can relate to. And that was beautifully said. Well, thank you
Thanks.
both so much. It was so nice meeting both of you.
You as
And,
well.
yeah, I mean, I can't wait for the rest of the audience to check out the show.
I
Thank you
Thank
know.
so
you. Have
much.
a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Such a pleasure.